just arrived in Glenridding about 10 minutes ago. Just making my way up to Helvellyn now. The route I'll be taking is up Swirral Edge. First time I've ever done a ridge walk, so I'm excited to see what it's like. And then I'm making my way down Swirral Edge. But let's look at the weather. Absolutely gorgeous blue skies. I'm a bit wrapped up today because it's going to be minuses, so the forecast says. So it's better to be prepared. So we're about halfway up this steep slope, very rocky, and we're just making our way up to Swirral Edge now. A few little breaks, taking in the magnificent views behind us. Let's look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Ullswater just behind me. I'll show you the route that I'm taking now. It's quite rocky, but I think it's flattening out now. There's quite a few hikers already up here. It's lovely to have a chat on the way up. Meet the best people in the morning and on the outdoors. Let's spin it round. You can see it a lot better now. Absolutely beautiful, look at that. This is why I love being outdoors. Absolutely gorgeous, look at that view. So we're getting a little bit closer now to Swirral Edge. You can see it now. It looks quite big, it looks steep, but it should be fun. It looks clear, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem, and there's little to no wind. Well, in fact there is no wind. It's just crazy, and it's warm, so I've took my jacket off now. Anyway, I'll spin it round and I'll show you Helvellyn. So over that side where we're heading to now, Swirral Edge, Helvellyn in the middle, and the Swirral Edge where we're coming back down. We just arrived at the beginning of Swirral Edge there, just behind me, so we're going to be climbing up that in a minute. So I'm on top of Swirral Edge now. No wind. It's a bit tricky in places for climbing, but let's look at that. Let's flip the camera around. There you go. Got to climb that in a minute. But I'm loving it. It's a little bit scary in places, but it's a challenge. Anyway, I'll see you at the top. So this bit is a chimney that will just come down. It looks worse in real life than it is on video, but it was great fun. Coming down back was a little bit hairy though, but get a foothold, get the job done. Now we've got to turn around and we've got to climb the rest of the way to Helvellyn. So that's the route now. It'll take us up to the summit of Helvellyn. It's a bit colder up here than it was down at the bottom, but absolutely magnificent views. You'll see the Tarn down there. I've done it! Reached the top of Helvellyn, conquered Swirral Edge. Bit tough in places, but I really enjoyed it. Let's look at the views, superb. There is Ullswater just behind me. Swirral Edge, I'm not sure if you can see it, it's just over there, behind the peak of the hill, mountain, I should say, because it is a mountain. It's the third highest mountain in the Lake District. Swirral Edge is not too bad, just a little bit tricky in places. Most of it took it quite easily. It was just the chimney part which was the toughest part, and then the final scramble off Swirral Edge, straight onto the top of Helvellyn. But absolutely amazing views. I could have picked a better day to come. It's amazing. There's some more mountains over there. I'm sure I'll be going to them soon. But I'm just making my way to the trig point now. I'm just overjoyed. You can see with a smile on my face. I just love outdoors. I love climbing mountains, I love walking, I love running, I love all sports really. But I'm just enjoying mountain climbing at the minute. It's something that I do love. And Helvellyn's up there with Snowdon. So no walk's complete without reaching the trig point, which is just in front of me now. Just touch it. There we go. Reach the top. Now I'm making my way back down Swirral Edge, which is there. He said it's not as bad as Swirral Edge, but it still looks a little bit tricky coming down. But it's quite windy now on the top. It's a bit open. Making my way across Swirral Edge now. It's a bit tricky. And the drop. There's where I've just come from. Up there. And we're making my way over to that path in the distance. So that's Helvellyn there. It's absolutely huge from down here. Mighty impressive mountain. Looks much better in real life than it does on videos. The scale of it is enormous. Just taking a well-deserved break now after coming down from Swirral Edge. Just having a bit of lunch by the Tarn. Still beautiful weather as you can see. Back down off the mountain now, heading back to the car. I think it was tough coming down than it was going up. And these are hurting a little bit, but after the drive home, nice rest, put my feet up and get something nice to eat. Good to see what this pub, see if we've got any food here. But absolutely bloody loved it. You can see I've got a smile on my face.